Hello and welcome to my channel, specially made for you, so that together we can support each other, encourage each other. I'm sharing this with you, and that is when my marriage was going through a rough patch a while back, like decades ago. I stumbled upon this amazing book called A Guide to Successful Marriage by Albert Ellis. It totally flipped my perspective on everything. Ellis basically said that instead of trying to change your partner, you need to look at yourself first and change your own thoughts and actions. At first I was like, no way. It's totally my husband's fault. But as I kept reading, Ellis made a lot of sense. He convinced me to give it a shot before I gave up on the whole thing. The first step was to get real about my own habits and how they were messing things up. I had to admit that I was being super combative during arguments, and that was making my husband shut down completely. He just stonewalled me, avoid the whole conversation by disappearing for days to hang out with his buddies and drink. He couldn't communicate, and he'd run from any conflict, which left me feeling abandoned and totally disconnected. So I slowly started working on my own mindset and how I communicated. I tried to be more open and understanding. Instead of jumping on him with criticism when he wouldn't talk, I made a conscious effort to be calmer and reassure him that we were in this together. When I felt myself getting worked up, I practiced listening and using a softer approach. And you know what? It totally changed things between us. I'll share the powerful steps I took in the next video. But for now, let me just say that by changing my behavior, treating him with more empathy, and creating a safer space for talking, he eventually felt more comfortable opening up and staying present. The disappearing acts stopped. He still gets defensive sometimes when things get tense, but he's way more willing to try and talk about our issues and instead of just running away. It didn't happen overnight, but over time, this new approach brought a lot more calm and positive energy to our relationship. By changing how I responded, I accidentally changed the unhealthy patterns between us. The tension just melted away. Our marriage will never be perfect, but by focusing on changing my own attitude and behavior, our bond gets so much stronger. Alice was right. The key to transforming a relationship is to be willing to transform yourself first. If you want to know more about what I did, check out my video. It should pop up right here on the screen.